What's up, everybody? It is a beautiful evening here, and we're gonna go live, chill for a little bit with you guys, chat, have some fun, react to some fights, and something more. So let's go live. What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G. Appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to hang out here while we're live. You guys are awesome. I am jumping in here, getting all my software and stuff ready to go, getting ready so that we can have a little bit of fun. But Gothic, what's up? Chloe, oh my gosh, you guys are already in here. You guys are flooding in just in time. Might not stay the length of this one, but can see I might not be too long. Yeah, I'm thinking I do want to spend a little bit of time with family before bed. It's already almost midnight here, but there's a couple fights yet tonight, and I have an announcement I'd like to make. So I want to chill. I want to do some drawing and hang out with you guys, and then make that. And we'll probably be maybe an hour and a half ish tonight. We'll see. We'll see how things go. 2 hours tops, I would say. But just woke up a bit ago. Well, welcome back to Earth. It's okay. OMG, your shirt. Oh, yes. I got my husband on my shirt. What are we talking here? Sent you a work in progress to show. Okay, I will do that in a bit here. I haven't been on Discord since earlier. I don't even know if I have it on my computer right now. I know I was on my phone this morning or this afternoon sometime. And that was the last time I've been on Discord today. Let's go. I just scanned 2 things in that I want to bring into my one drawing here, so I'm doing that real quick. Maybe. Woo! Hold on. Where are we going here? How do I resize that? There it is. Okay. Oh, well, that's why. It's huge compared to my thing. Okay. One end. Bring that up there. Okay. And then I got to bring in another one here. Still just kind of getting everything going. Whew. What is this? Cool. I had something fun earlier. Released a video on TikTok for kind of the first time in a while. I've been starting to reuse it, but I was wearing my wife's Meowskull's head and followed a current audio trend and put that out there, and it's surprisingly doing decently well. But yeah, it was fun. I'm trying, actually right now, I'm working on downloading my Fortnite stream from last night so I can use a clip from it to also post that. So trying to get that out, which is fun. Okay, I think I finally got this. There we go. Okay, there we are. Save that, and we're good. Cool, got that stuff done. Alrighty, let's get some music going here. Yep, that's all it's playing. We're good. Got my references and stuff in that I need. Okay. It's been a week since we did a drawing stream, chat, so I'm excited to do this. Let's go ahead and switch over. We'll give it a little bit here, and then we will make our special announcement. I got my warm-up stuff ready. We'll get started here once I get on the right layer and everything. Okay. Basically, again, I'm on a roll. Started on continuing Wilma's colors, and now I'm currently on Maria. Katrina and her disguise looks done, albeit Cat's fit is a little iffy. Keyword little. Interesting. Well, I'll do my warm-up. Excuse me. One sip of Dr. Pepper and it does that to me. I will do my warm-up and then I'll show off the work in progress you sent me. I gotta turn my audio down on my TV so that's not causing an echo. Okay. Now chat, another thing, and it should start popping up here within like half an hour-ish total. Well, probably about 20 minutes from now. I have my timers and stuff set in. I try to make them so they're not super obnoxious, but they wait for about a half an hour before they start kicking into, you know, my typical like subscribe and my links and stuff like that. Well, I do have my one that will come up. We'll have a survey for what we're gonna name our Discord community, and I'm working on that right now. It's currently sitting at a tie. And I have a poll up on YouTube because I kind of put that up before I made the Survey Monkey survey that I put out on social media. So I ended up putting the votes from the YouTube into the Survey Monkey survey as well. So that's in there. And right now, like I said, we're tied 3-3. So I'll check on it. Probably tomorrow morning, or maybe towards the end of the stream, we'll check on it and see if there's any difference. But that is out there. Don't forget to leave your votes, and that'll help. I started building it a little bit today, building this morning on channels and stuff, like categories and then channels and things like that. So I'm still kind of working on that. And then, of course, I have a notebook that I was writing names and stuff in, like... well, not just names, but like rules and things like that as well. Ideas and things for rules. So we'll get all that done, and hopefully maybe this week sometime we'll be able to release our Discord. But the survey is actually going to end in officially 24 hours. Then we shall know if there was a tie. Then we have a fun idea that Musi gave us that we might end up using. But, ooh, excuse me. But, yeah. Also showed another thing, mainly to ask a question to everyone here. Okay. I'm covered in fluff by 3 cats. Me half the time with my own cats. I have one next to me now, but usually all 3 are around me, Boxy, Tiger, and Yuri. Interesting fact, Yuri was named after Winter Storm Yuri in 2021. Yuri is a female Siamese. Oh, wow. Whoop. What was that? Was that an eye poke or a clash of heads? Time out. I'm not too concerned with the fight that's on right now. There's 2 more after it that I'm more interested in reacting to, but this one right now is kind of okay, but the one guy that's fighting, Edmund Shabazian, he used to be a protege of Ronda Rousey, and she used to ragdoll him all the time in the gym, and he was being protected for a while until he got destroyed by a couple of people and exposed real badly. And since then, I don't know why he's on main card, because he's improved. I think he's changed his team a couple of times, but man, this guy just, he's got so many flaws and things that a lot of people can still see and expose on him. He's just, I think, kind of a mid to low card fighter right now, for a middleweight too. Anyways, back to chat here. Make sure to put no AI as a role. I do plan on that. I do plan on that, because I am gonna have art sharing, not just I'll have like art in its own individual thing, which I'm gonna include like art, fan art, photography, things like that. But also like under each category for things like I'll have a category for Arknights. I'll have one for Fortnite, for like the main content that I'm following. And each one of those will have like a fan art thing in it. So with those fan art parts and stuff too, I want a rule to be no AI art or AI generated anything in those categories. I want to see official artwork or fan art that people have made or sharing that they found from. But I want to also add a rule for that to make sure that you include the source if you can. If it's not yours, include where it's sourced from to guide everybody to find that artist and follow them. So we'll have that as a rule. Scratch that. I have Boxy next to me and Yuri also on the bed. Also, I see a Squeeb. Yes, the Squeeb is down in a corner. That was my warm-up 2 times ago, something like that. That was the water Squeeb because he's got the little water symbol on his thing. Or a pudding. Pudding actually sounds good right now. All right. Let's see. Okay. Good. Let's do a little Star Fox tonight. Oof. Just realized something. Need to bring this tab up. And we'll make sure that that is over. All right, cool. Trosky with the high kick. Oof. Takedown attempt on Shabazian, but he uses it to rush in really well. If he doesn't get the takedown, he forces him against the fence and throws at least. Ooh, significant strike. Shabazian's outstriking him every round so far. 22-12, 21-13, and 17-6, if those are accurate stats. He does seem like the more active fighter, from what little bit I've seen here. But neither of them is really forcing any pressure on each other. Standing in the middle until somebody tries to shoot. There's no forcing either one. Of course, I mean, it is almost the end of round 3. Final round. Ooh. Good counter. 1-2. Come on, Petrosky. Put some pressure on him. Force him back against the cage again. Grab that single. Use your shoulder. Drive him against, and then start swinging. There you go. Yep, that's it. End of the fight. We'll see. That's a decision. Okay. Hope everybody's had a great Saturday so far. It's been decent here. Kind of relaxed. My kids went with my sister for a while to see How to Train Your Dragon in theaters today. They said it was pretty good, so... they had a decent day. They've been home for a while now, a couple hours and stuff, chilling. I accomplished a few things myself. Cleaned up a little bit in this particular room. Made a TikTok. I started some recordings and stuff, and I did a couple other things around. What else did I do? I fixed our treadmill. And a couple other things I did. Oh, I was working on a Father's Day gift for my dad. And, ooh, shit, that reminds me. I had to give my kids cardstock. They want to make a card for him. But I got my daily logins done already. I did some stuff like that, and I just kind of, I don't know. I did a little bit of work around here on a couple things, so nothing too crazy, but I felt like I had an accomplished day. And it was on and off rain and kind of heavy rain all day, so there really wasn't a lot that I could do outdoors, so I kind of just focused on making it an indoors day, and that was that. So I'll put his little hair fluff in there. Great series. Let's add this here. Okay. Oh, is this advertising? Oh no, this is the next fight up. I didn't see it. Did they announce who won, or did I just miss it? Oh, they gave Shabazzian the decision. Okay, interesting. All right, so Rose Namajunas and Miranda Maverick. All right. I don't like how I did that. Widen it a little bit. Fox, get this guy off me! No sparkles. We don't want sparkles. No glitter sparkles. Seriously. Oh, what was that from? Trolls, I think. Lady Glitter Sparkles. Seriously, something like that. One of my kids loved that movie growing up. That's the only reason I know that. On God, Maria looks creepy right now. Well, you might have to fix that. Unless you want her to look creepy. In which case, you know. Commercial break. Good. I can look down a little bit more. That works. Yeah. Lucky, just stopping by real fast to say hi. And happy Father's Day in advance. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good day. Boom, boom. Let's add to our nose. Oh, this is that one that almost sounds like a Minecraft song. Sweet. Fox, looking good so far. Yep, we're warming up with Star Fox. A little bit of that. We'll finish this up real quick. Shouldn't take me too much longer. Not going too detailed with it, but man, I am out of calibration. Might have to do that real quick before we move on to our next drawings. Yep. Gotta say, chat, I don't know how many of you guys will scroll on like videos and stuff, whether you're on YouTube checking out shorts and stuff like that, but I've been doing a lot on like Facebook over the past couple days, and I've been doing like through a lot of reels, and I keep getting, all of a sudden, like my reels are filled with Beavis and Butthead and Family Matters clips. The most random thing ever. I haven't watched any of those or looked up those kind of things in forever, and I haven't interacted with any pages with them until starting to see them, so it's kind of strange. I grew up watching Family Matters with my parents. Beavis and Butthead's something that I had seen on occasion back then, but more so later in life. But it's just strange that that's like what my feed is full of right now on Facebook, on my personal account. It was okay, did YouTube and sewing before my evening shift at work. Tomorrow I have opening shift, so I won't get much sleep. You better get some sleep there, friendo. That's not a good thing. Hopefully your evening tomorrow will be a little bit better then after, you know, maybe come home, get some extra rest or something. Anything particular you were sewing? All right, 14-7 for Thug Rose. I didn't think she had that many losses. Oops. Nice, I like that. See you later, Night. Hope so. Maybe Father's Day plans, but I don't know yet. Maybe out to eat, but my dad said he doesn't know if he wants to or not. Well, you know what? Hopefully, regardless, hopefully you have a fun Father's Day. So have a good night, and make sure you tell your dad Happy Father's Day for me. Haven't seen either, but I don't use Facebook. That's all right. I mean, you're not really missing out on anything much with Facebook. I'm on it just because, for the most part, I'm connected to some family on there, and I use it to share things. I do have a page set up for, you know, my content stuff here, but like, it doesn't get a large following on that. So, you know, it is what it is. But anymore, I use it. I occasionally talk to family, and for the most part, I just get on there and I follow certain things. I follow official pages. I share news and stuff that I like for like Arknights and gaming stuff. I follow gaming news pages, and then I scroll through the reels. Kind of similar to Instagram in a way. I scroll through Instagram reels and people's posts and things, but don't do a Katrina and get less than 5 hours of sleep. Oh, exactly. Ooh, Rose and Miranda Maverick, they are swanging and banging. High kicks. Ouch. Double tap right in the face. And the feed froze. Nope, we're back. Never mind. Yep, thank you. See you later. I will. All right, see you later. You're welcome. Hope I'll be awake for it. Well, I hope you will be too. I hope so. Oops. All right, what else do I want to do? I pretty much got the basic stuff here. Okay. I'm not trying to add all the fuzzy texture. It was just a nice little warm-up. All right. So, let me recalibrate this real quick, see if that works. Calibration. Calibrate my pen. I think on my drawing monitor, the screen itself is off. So it's not like anything that, you know, I can really fix. And of course, again, this is a generic brand. It's not a fancy one or anything, but I would like to upgrade eventually and either get something. Wacom would be amazing, but I think I'm probably going to get something else a step in between first. Maybe like an XP pen or something. But, look into something like that in the future. Upgrade from this one after I get some more use out of this comfortably. Maybe we'll watch for a good Black Friday sale. That would be amazing. All right. So, save that. And real quick, before we move on here, I will show Gothic had her work in progress stuff she'd like to show. But I just, earlier, I scanned in my outfit design stuff for Shu. So we have that we can kind of start working on while we're going here. But we'll show the work in progress that Gothic did. And then I think we will make our announcement. So let me pull up Discord. Dang, these ladies like rushing forward at each other. Oh, round's over. All right, so let me find Discord. Okay. All right. Discord's loading for me. Boom. There's Discord. Okay. Okay, first one is everything right now. Okay. Whoop, excuse me. is going on? Hold on. Discord is being funky again. Oh, no, now it's working. There we go. Okay, so this one? Is that that's that one you sent earlier. Okay. Typical Discord. Discord has been having issues all day for me in servers. Ooh, that's not good. I guess I'm glad I was off of it then. Like I said, I was only on earlier for a little while, simply because I got on early this afternoon, but that was about it. Okay, so this is your first. Is this all their finished outfits? And then glowy stuff? Those are awesome. I like this. I like the obvious cyberpunk inspiration. I do enjoy that. That's awesome. Okay, so then this one. Ooh, we got a takedown. Thug Rose and top. Miranda's trying to pull up for a triangle. Ooh, 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 she's pulling Rose down. She's almost got the feet locked. Ooh. Ooh, ankles. Cross the ankles. Oh, she's got it. Oh, nope, not quite. Not all in. Okay, so this. Nope, it's out. Okay. What's the difference between the two here? Is it just this one's a little more open? It looks like that one zoomed out just a tiny bit. Rita, Emily, Wilma, Corey, or Katrina, and Maria. And this one has the capes. Which one looks better? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Ooh. Oh, okay, okay. I'ma be honest. I'm sorry, I completely missed the trim of the cape until you said about the question, and now I'm looking at it, and I see that. I don't think you could go wrong with either way. I do like how this matches, you know, kind of with this a little. It blends well. But there's something about this red that really pops. There's something about the red that really pops with that. And it goes well with the darker outside, but then with the inside red, like, I like that. I like that. It's completely up to you what you do. It's your choice, no matter what. But I like what you've got going on here. So I think I'm in agreement with Muzi here. The red one, I think I'd go for the red one. Ooh, head and arm choke. Ooh, head and arm choke. She needs to step over. She needs to step over and put the pressure on. She can twist this. 25 seconds in round 2. Nope, Rose is chilling. Miranda's really sinking that in deep. Oh, she got the back now. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Oh. Ooh, hammer fists to the side of the head. Show another work in progress with a potential third option. Okay, bring it. Send it. Send it in and we'll bring that up. also hang? I don't have anything I can hang on to. That's a drop ceiling above me, so it's just like drop tiles and it's not really solid, so yeah. I don't think I can hang on to anything. Oh, you said it? Okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna be honest. I think I like it better without the trim. Without this. This looks okay, but I think when you add that in, and this is just my thought, it kind of feels like there's a little too much going on. So just the trim without that, I like it better. I like this look better. A little more simpler, you know. Too busy, I prefer no detailing. I agree. I just, it feels like it's a nice look. Maybe that could be added to something else in the future, but that just has too much going on. And I'll be honest, this is no way trying to, this isn't me trying to sound mean or anything, but it actually kind of reminds me of those really fancy curtains with the trim on the bottom that have the little like tassels and things hanging off of it. And I don't think you want her to look like she's wearing a curtain. Again, I'm sorry, it's not, but that's just what that gives me the vibe of. It's a nice design. I like the pattern, but it's just a little too much going on that. Alright, it was because of Lappy Altar. That makes sense. Arknights designs are often very busy too. Oh, exactly. They are. There are some. It's funny because it seems like some of the costumes that they release for characters are a little more, or a little less busy than what the actual main outfits are, which is kind of funny. But I guess it just kind of depends from character to character as well. But they're often very busy, and I can understand the aesthetic and design they're going for. Sometimes it's just kind of like, better to take a step back from some of them. But it's almost done. Cool, 25 minutes on a conversion, video conversion. I have another version where the trim is the same red color. I mean, if it's that same red color, the only problem with it is it's still gonna kind of be busy. And I think the red, granted, this is coming from the colorblind guy, would clash a little too much. So I don't know. I feel like you would do better to simplify. But that's just, again, you do what you want to do, no matter what. I appreciate that you asked for our opinions. That's awesome. But you do what you feel is best for your character, between the way you're writing the story, the way you're designing the character, whatever you feel is best. Was there anything else you wanted me to show? And Musi, I will watch that video you sent me later after after I'm done with stream here. So I saw you sent me a video. That looks pretty cool. I'm curious, so we'll check that out. We'll probably add the same trim to the black part. Okay. But it can be simpler on the inside. Okay. Well, on that note, I am going to, we're gonna full screen here for a second. On the note of what you sent me and my shirt, my wife is laughing at me because they're doing the Coke bottle thing. I got one with my name on it, but I found an angel. So I have me an angel. I can't find my wife's name because her name is Leanne, but it's spelled all one word, Leeann. So to find a Coke bottle, I would have to either pay to get a custom one done or something, because she's not like the two separate words and things like that. But yeah, I have an angel Coke bottle. She washed it out for me and everything, so I keep it up there. And I think what I'm gonna do with it is I'm gonna get colored sand, like white and pink sand for him, and fill it up. So but yeah, and then for me, maybe I'll just put some like blue or something in it. I don't know, but okay. All right. So I'm gonna pause the music for a second. Okay. I'm gonna make a post real quick on X and on Blue Sky, and I'm gonna show what that is here in just a second. All right. So let's go ahead and switch over here. We're going to switch back over. All right, we will see if this works, guys, but we're going to make a small special announcement that I'm a little too excited to hold in any longer. With that, here we go. Let's see. What's up, guys? I have a special message that I want to reveal to you. It is not working. VLC does not want to show it. All right, let's see if we can bring it up through socials. We'll do it this way.
I am.
Okay. Here, let's see if this works. What's up, guys? I have a special message that I want to reveal to you right now.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Panther, and all who see my rose meet death.
So you might be wondering what that means. Well, I used my voice to record over that scene from Star Fox Assault because I've officially been cast as Panther in Star Fox Aperture, a fan project that I found on Casting Call Club, and I'm super excited about because if you don't know, Star Fox was a huge part of my childhood and a series that I absolutely love and adore and would love to see Nintendo make more of. But to be a part of this means so much to me, fan project or not. I'm so pumped to bring a character from one of my old favorites to life. I can't wait for you guys to see this, and I'm anxious to perform the roles, and I hope I do the character justice. We'll see you when it's out. What's up, guys? I have a special message that I want to reveal to you right now. So, I have gotten my second official casting in a project, and I am beyond thrilled because, like I said in the video, Star Fox was something that I grew up with, and I loved playing from the original Super Nintendo game. And as soon as I seen this project, I kind of put it in my favorites on Casting Call Club, and I put it on the back burner for a while. And the other day, I was like, you know what? I've got to audition for this. And they were ticking down the roles. The person that's directing the project started to, go through because there wasn't a ton of submissions, but there was a lot of good ones, a lot of really good ones, and they were casting people as they went. So it wasn't like they were waiting for the deadline, but we were getting close to the deadline. And at the time, there was 3 male characters left. There was General Pepper, Bill Gray, and Panther. And what's crazy is I submitted all 3 of those auditions, and within like an hour, I was shortlisted for both Panther and Bill. Now, they cast somebody else as Bill, and the deadline crossed today, but I got cast as Panther, and I actually found out yesterday. And I've been holding it in. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. I've been holding it in, just waiting for this deadline to be able to share with you guys. I'm so happy and so excited because, again, this is a long time childhood favorite of mine, and I love the series, and I really wish Nintendo would make more. So, so thank you. I appreciate you guys, but that is out to the world now. I will be the voice of Panther. And what's great about it is the fact that throughout Star Fox Assault, and a few times in Star Fox Command, Panther gets to flirt with Crystal. And I used to have a thing for Crystal. Maybe still do. Anyways, moving on. But yes, this is means a lot to me, to say the least. So I'm excited and I can't wait. They made the official Discord for the team today, so I am in that. And we'll see when the recording and stuff starts and what the script is going to be like. And I'm anxious. So, but, all right, guys. So that's that. That was my special announcement. But, whew, that feels good to get out there. And actually, yeah, when I did that video, I learned how to do the snarl, which is kind of weird because it's kind of like a snore, but I did it the same way as the original voice actor for Panther in Assault did. And he just kind of does that with his nasal, I don't know if you call that your nasal cavity or what, but he just like, you know, it's real fun. All right, moving on. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully that won't do anything to my stream because I used less than 10 seconds for the audio from the actual game. And we might end up playing the game here for fun with you guys one of these days. I'll stream that. But up next, in terms of streaming games, I'll probably get some Resident Evil and stuff in, but I will be doing Crack. No, I'm not doing Crack. Tears of the Kingdom, and we're gonna work on the Ace Attorney trilogy, and also, well, like I said, Resident Evil. But we may be doing some other like Arknights streams and stuff like that here soon. So we'll take it from there. All right, guys. Now there's 4 versions to judge. This time trim's on the outside of the cape. Okay. Let me restart our music here. Main event time! Kamaru Usman's return. All right, let's switch over to... We'll pull that back up for you, and then I'm going to go back to drawing. All right, so you put the trim on the outside. Ew. Interesting. 4. For the purpose of this particular image, the trim does look better on the outside. Still a little bit busy. And I guess it would depend on how much you're going to be showing the outside of the cape, how much you're showing the backside. I still like the red better. I like the all red for your trim. I think that I like the color, the look of that color a bit better and how it pops, especially against what she's got going on with the rest of her outfit. But this is kind of up to you. It looks a little better on the outside, but I would still go without the design. Just the pure red trim. The pure red one I'm personally liking a lot. I do too. I like this one the best out of all of those. So. Cape is not going to be constantly on Maria. Okay. Well, it's like I said, completely up to you what you want to do, but I like the red. I'd go with the red. That's just my thought. But Alrighty. We are almost an hour in here, so I'm gonna switch over and we'll start working on Shu's outfit a little bit here. I'll show you guys what I did here with that. Studio paint. Okay. All right. Let's go. Minimize that. Joaquin Buckley. This dude is on a streak. He is surging, and to get this fight with Kamaru, it's insane. One of the reasons why I'm personally trying to bring some interest to Maria's cape besides just red trim. I tell you what, though, in terms of the cape, I know you were saying before about having trouble with it and whatnot, but you did pretty good with the cape design, so. Okay. So for our Shu AU design, I haven't gotten to show this off yet, so I need your input there, Musi. I have kind of designed an outfit for her, and there's two different versions. I don't know which to go with, and I probably will do a little bit of both to see what we like here with her. But for this zombie AU, I just felt like simplistic for her, because I went a little bit difficult with the police officer kind of design for Mizuki. And throwing this here on her, just like either a simple tank top and some like cargo type pants with these boots are her identical boots. I pulled them right from her. So the boots are exact, and I did the same thing for the most part with Mizuki. But then I have her weapon here. I have her belt with the charm hanging off of it that I took directly off of her for some, you know, context there. And then her earrings, her hairpiece, and then I even pulled her choker, which the big difference with that is if you look at her choker on here, it does attach to this piece that connects to her chest. But I was just kind of going with the choker itself. But then I even thought about adding like this little armband, and then we have dog tags. But then the alternative would be, instead of just the tank top, I've also had this picture of like plain like body wrapping in a sense. And, you know, the body wrapping plus, instead of a full tank top, like a sports bra. So maybe potential possible injury already, ribs wrapped up with, you know, looks like layers to me. It could be. And the thing is, we could, like on here, like I said, I have that on the inside, and then possibly like a leatherish type jacket, and kind of like Claire Redfield, Resident Evil 2. But I don't know for sure what I want to go with. Like the pants and the boots and everything would retain the same through both, as well as the accessories and that kind of thing. It's just kind of the top design. So we could maybe roll with bottom and stuff, all this stuff, and then maybe the top, you know, just something like that for her. What do you think? What is your opinion, since this is going to be for you in the end anyways? Ooh, what is this? What do we got? What is? Ooh, hold on. Oh, never mind. Not what I thought it was. Use both? Okay. Okay, we could do both. We could do two versions of it if need be, and we'll. Ooh, tearing it might work fine. Just put less details. Ooh, so we could tear the top. Instead of doing the sports bra, keep it the tank top, but have it kind of torn with the body wrap. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Francis Ngannou's in the crowd for Kamaru. I know he walked them out at the weigh-ins. That's interesting. This is gonna be interesting. Does Kamaru still have it, or are his knees given out? Oh. Yes, an idea I had with Maria's cape was to have it torn as well, but honestly, with people saying it's busy already, probably not. You kind of got a lot torn with, you know, like with what was going on with her pants and stuff like that. So maybe, you know, the cape, maybe keep that solid. I don't know. Maybe do 2 versions of that and see what that comes up like. What's your idea for how Shu and Mizuki might be interacting in the AU? Well, a couple ideas in mind for that. Either it's a case of, and I to an extent, I hate the fact that my mind continues to go to like other media and stuff for inspiration, and I think of, again, like Resident Evil, or I think of some other stuff like Silent Hill and things where your characters come together and meet each other in a way. So in this, say that the story that would be that they kind of come across each other in a way, and perhaps if she would be injured, if we do go with the injury thing, you know, he would help her, kind of protect her a little bit, even though while she's healing, kind of thing, and they work together to survive the zombies, to survive and make it through whatever things they face, puzzles and so on, you know, in terms of whatever they're exploring. But at the same time, I kind of course, and this is taking from Shu herself, would have her almost adopting that big sister-y type of role in a way. It would be kind of funny, have some little funny interactions between them like that, like she does to her other siblings. So, I don't know. I kind of like, I've been thinking about some things, some small things like that, as, you know, as I continue with the art itself. And it feels like something that could potentially be written later. You know what I mean? Like write out and flesh out a whole feel, you know, or a whole story after we have the feeling of what they look like and stuff. But decided to kind of keep the trim, but have it on the outside of the cape instead. Okay. No, what was torn is not her shorts pants, but it was part of her suit. Oh, okay. Added the glowing aspect to some of Maria's design. I don't know how to feel about the trim. Just looks weird. I don't know. Just take your time with it, because I like what you got with the red. I really do. I like the red itself. But it's kind of up to you ultimately what you're rolling with. But you know, the red trim itself, just the thin trim, and how bold that is, gives that kind of glowy look on the cape. But of course, you know, I know you're going to want to add glowiness to the other parts of the suit and stuff too, but still. Thinking it could be sent there by Rhodes Island in some way. Not sure about Arknights lore. That could be a possibility. They could be dispatched together, but then get separated maybe, perhaps. Dispatched together, something separates them in a sense, you know, something early on, and from there, you know, they meet back up. Shu's injured by that point from whatever happened, whatever the event is, and continues from there. But Rice, also the underwater infection idea you had would be cool to explore. You know, that I kind of forgot about that. That would be a neat one to explore. Heading down to like Millenarium or something. The city. The underwater city. Rice fields in the ocean / seabourn. Ooh. Want to write out a small story or draw something? Maybe a one-page comic or something? Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what you end up with. Man, we could flesh this out and have such a cool mini story or something. Write it out, draw out some little points and stuff. Oh, this has got me more excited now. It's your fault because you gave me the ideas. You're the one who chose these. All right, so... I love it. All right, instant forward aggression from Buckley. Usman looks collected, but he's been out for a while. Buckley's gonna keep pushing on the pressure. I'm gonna make notes, document to keep track of things maybe on Google Docs. Oh, that would be fun. Know very little of the Arknights story though. Hey, I'll help you. I'll gladly help with any of that kind of stuff. Character story, Arknights story, whatever we need to figure it out. But, you know, at the same time, considering it's AU, you know, we don't have to worry too much about a lot of the lore, you know, pre-established Arknight stuff. Because we can kind of run ahead with this in a different direction if need be, you know? Whatever you find most fitting. But, all right. But whatever I can add to, you know, your document and details, whatever I can send you, whether it's on Discord or work on a document or something together, we can do that. I like the idea of canon divergence. AU, absolutely. Sent more things and more work in progress. Need to stop before you end up not drawing at all. Well, hey, I drew my warm-up at least, but I wanted to talk over this stuff before I work on Shu a little bit more. So we're just a little over, we're almost an hour and 10 minutes in. Main event fight is on right now, and I wanna do a little bit of working on Shu here, and then kind of like I said, I'm kind of hard deadline and no longer than 2 hours at the most, just so I can have a little time with family here before they go to bed. Wifey works kind of early in the morning, and we'll have some time to do some stuff together tomorrow. But I think, like I said, tomorrow I'm probably gonna play a game on stream if I get to go live. I wanna say yeah, but I can't guarantee anything just for the sake of the fact that depends on how long other stuff goes on with Father's Day and whatnot. So an infection that would make sense in the universe as things are now. Okay. You can also keep it in Discord and I can transfer all ideas to a document for you. Hey, that would be awesome. Whatever works best. I am all for it. That makes it easy for us to work with. That would be awesome. Okay. Let's make sure I'm on the sketch here. And then let's drop the opacity here. Oh yeah, this is way still out of calibration. I do not like. Okay, lock that. Go here. Excuse me. Okay. Start with the pants. See, I am like a good almost a quarter inch over on there. That's better. Ooh, Usman beat Buckley bloody in 1 round. Wow. He downed him and hit heavy ground and pound, man. Wow. That is insane. I didn't expect the first round to go like that, but hey, still cool. Okay. How'd I do that? Shoe is so tall. I can roll with that. Okay, let's turn opacity down a little bit more. 30, that works. A little bit better. One of the endings is a sort of zombie apocalypse, except it's seaborne. Remember IS stuff having some things like that. I've heard of that with the IS having the different endings and things. Mizuki. Wondering how to tie Shu into that, especially if it's mainly those two. Perhaps could also do something with Highmore. Ooh. Highmore would be fun. Maybe even involve Lumen in some way. Lumen and Irene. If you really want to get a decent bit of operators who are dealing with seaborne type stuff, you could add them. Potentially utilize the Abyssal Hunters in some way, or at least 1 or 2 of them. But Highmore would be good. Lumen would be fun because of the lighthouse keeping. Absolutely. The thing with the lighthouse and the coast of Iberia and Lumen's ties with Miliarium would be interesting. Oh, man, I'm getting chills thinking about that. Very, very much so. Thought that Katrina was going to end up hard to cyberpunkify. Maria's giving Kat a run for her money when it comes to that. I don't know how I feel about the bright red on her actual suit. Ugh. Good question. Because I do like how her colors were with that lighter... I'm not sure what color it was that you were going for on the trim of her, like her suit itself. But that like tannish kind of color, I'll just call it that. But that was pretty cool. So I don't know how the red pops nice against that, but I'm not sure how to really cyberpunkify that. Ooh, Texas and Lappy. Well, if we could involve them in some way, that would be a ton of fun too. Yeah, Absolutely. Texas tries to keep Lappy in a stable state during the apocalypse. Ooh. Perhaps it's spread very far into land already. So Mizuki and Shu are going to the source somehow. Ooh. Usman's still showing he's top dog. 2 rounds in, and he has put Buckley on the ground. Ooh, heavy pace. Man. Arknights does have undead. We do have enemies who reanimated the corpses. Well, yeah, we have stuff like what goes on with Iblana. We do have what goes on with Iblana, which would be, you know, her resurrecting dead, but that's kind of like your necromancy. Then you have Mephisto's Horde. Mephisto's Horde would be, you know, interesting because of the fact that, you know, that's kind of dead and reanimated in a way. There's others. I know there's a couple others too, but it's just cool to have those. But adding in something else, yeah, like a new type of Seaborn or something that's spreading an infection. And like kind of the one thing that could actually, a good point for where that could begin, maybe timeline wise, in a sense, would be at the end of the Path of Life event. Because of the fact that the end of Path of Life, there's kind of a little bit of a cliffhanger there, where Millennium's at the top of the sea, and they're defending against the Seaborn. The shields are up and stuff, and the Seaborn is kind of flooding towards the coast, but it kind of just like ends. There really isn't much more of what could be coming from there. But in a way, you could start at a point like that and have it where, because there's the talk throughout that event of consistent evolution of the Seaborn, and having like an infection that comes from them is the fact of, you know, a new evolution of the Seaborn at that point that pushes through the defenses, but something that happened in the city. It ties to something in the city and other stuff that goes on there. And then, you know, of course, they come ashore at that point and start to spread into the land and into Terra. I need to add something to her suit. Golden tan. Okay, so golden tan, that makes sense. It makes it a little bit better, a little bit easier for me to understand. Hope you like my idea for the AU. Absolutely, that's awesome. Maybe I could even sketch my part in it. See, this would be another reason too to add stuff like this into when I do get my Discord up and running. Would be a ton of fun to talk more of this kind of thing as well. To have it like a collaborated thing where we could have like everybody who's involved, like a special little channel for us, you know, to collaborate. But would absolutely love that. What's the apocalypse stuff like? We're still deciding, but probably Seaborn that infect much faster, turn operators dangerous. Maybe also with Oripithy. Yeah, in some way with the Oripithy would be interesting. What if Seaborn and Oripithy connected in a much stronger way? Oh, hell on earth, to say the least. Mainly because one thing I do remember is that you said Lap's probably infected with the virus. Seaborn walkers. So I was thinking Texas and possibly the other PL would try to keep Lappy in a stable state and not turn fully before the cure comes forth or whatever. Ooh. Lappy going even more insane. Oh man, I'm sorry. That just gave me an idea, and this is my ADHD. But yeah, Lappy would be infected with it. She'd get infected, and if it is tied with the Oripithy and it starts to do stuff to her, something interesting with the Seaborn is how, you know, some of them evolve into capability of like human speech and stuff, and there are ones where there was one in Path of Life that turned out to be a former researcher of some sort that, you know, is part of Millenarium that ended up fully integrating with Seaborn and becoming, you know, so having that, but in a way something like a hive mind type thing, and Lappy's starting to succumb to that infection, and she starts to act as like a Seaborn zombie type thing, but she's not fully gone. Like the cure could still bring her back, but she starts attacking like Texas. They have to hold her back. Would be very intriguing. Very intriguing. Like she just starts to become super violent and out of control. She's like not in control of herself and stuff. Like, man, that would be awesome. Shaw blasting Seaborn zombies. Ooh, Lucky would love that. Lucky would love that for sure. We would have to include Shaw for her. That would be fun. Just putting my 2 cents in. Hope we do love the idea. That would be awesome. Like all the Oripithy infected people will turn into Seaborn or something. Texas and PL try to help them stay in a human state. Mizuki IS1. IS1. Oh, okay. One of its endings looks like something out of World War Z. See, I didn't do that one yet. I didn't do any of the IS really. I've said about that before, so that's something I definitely want to do, you know, on stream. But that is crazy. Lappy is a test subject. Said another work in progress. Not a test subject. Well, I mean, maybe just a test subject for the cure. You know, she'd be one of the first ones that the cure's done, and if they don't get it to her in time, it's gonna be bad. You know, it's gonna be worse, or she will eventually completely succumb. So as a test subject for the cure, maybe, you know, maybe a good idea. At least Lappy lives that way. Exactly. If it, you know, the cure goes through properly, takes care of her, then oh my god! 3 rounds in. Send another work in progress? Okay. Low battery for my Razer Viper Ultimate Cyberpunk Edition. I think I'm actually gonna have to change the battery in this thing. I have used it and abused it. I love this mouse. I am thinking about getting the Arknights Razer equipment when I get a chance. I'd love to get the keyboards and mice from that set. Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna bring up Discord real quick. I'll show you work in progress stuff real quick before I move on here. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Where we at? Excuse me. Boom, doom, doom, doom. I like this song. Come on, Usman. Keep putting it to the young buck. There we go. So I will say I do like the fact that you did kind of decrease the size of the trim. It looks a little nicer being thinner like that. I do like the red on the boots like that. That is pretty nice. Her cape and stuff's kind of giving me Lelouch vibes a little bit. So I am Zero. Lelouch v Britannia. I don't. Oh man, that's making me. It's making me want to do a Zero cosplay someday. But so we got that, and then Excuse me. I like the trim on the boots. I did like the trim on the boots with this one better. Excuse me. I'm not sure about taking the hashes out on here. I almost feel like keeping those in on both, despite, you know, again, being a little busy and whatnot. If she's not wearing this all the time, keeping those in looks a little better than just leaving that an empty strip. And I do like the trim on the boots. I really do. And I see we still have that, so looks pretty cool. Ooh, wait a second. Okay. I see this stuff that you added on there. I actually like that. I like what you've got going on here, these little markings and stuff. I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, I gotta backtrack on chat here. I can see her offering herself to save Texas. Test subject for the cure. Texas judges her for it. Lappy trying to save Texas. Makes her more violent and she's still turning but slower. Yeah, exactly. Why would Texas judge? Yeah, that's why Lappy would agree to be tested. Texas wouldn't want her to offer herself up for something dangerous, but knows it's better than the alternative. Same. Lelouch v. Britannia. I need the mask. I need the zero mask, because I always want to do that motion to take it off. Trim on the boots stayed. Alright, I sent one more, which is current. We should know weapon is a revenant one. A revenant of one of the ancestral sarcas. Yeah, that's in chapter 14. With some extra cyberpunk details to the suit. Add that trim back on my design. Yeah, I do like what you've got as far as the details on the suit and stuff go here. And then, like I said, I like this. And I personally, that's my opinion. The hashes look a little better than just leaving it blank, because otherwise it just kind of looks like a random stripe. Not me having no idea how the Seaborn work. I've never been interested. There's really no simple way to try and explain or describe it to you. In a way, the Seaborn are kind of like a hive-minded organism, but they're kind of in a sense they're similar to like your cells and things that just multiply, and they continue to grow and they continue to feed and they just continue to increase in population massively, and they just continue to evolve, and they evolve against weaponry and things like that. That's one of the things that goes on a few times in the story. They talk about it. They even talked about it a few times in Path of Life, how they have different the underwater groups and the Aegir people and stuff have different categories of weaponry to fight the Seaborn with, but every category they've had to start working on inventing a new one as soon as possible, because of the fact that the Seaborn evolves so quickly and so rapidly to defend against that weaponry, to keep themselves from being exterminated completely. But then the weird thing that also at the end of Path of Life is it almost ends up like in a way like the Seaborn are trying to escape not just the ocean, but they're trying to escape Terra as a whole and escape to space, which is really crazy and really odd. But it's almost like they want to get out and expand further into the universe where they have infinite space in a sense. So it's kind of odd, but all right, 5th round, here we go. we would have that kind of tucked in. I think the Seaborn are really cool. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce how you have that typed, but attempt for the name of the vampire. Haven't read most of the events, however. Fun. Hey, like I said, when it comes down to it, anything you want to know, we've got people already in the community that have good knowledge on it. I know a lot from what I have played, but I'm still working on more, and I'm gonna continue to go back and play stuff. I even had somebody tell me, since I recently released the full chapter 6 video, the entirety of chapter 6, and managed to keep myself from crying on camera with Frost Nova. But with that done, somebody reached out and, you know, sent me a comment, was like, hey, maybe next you ought to play Arknights Memoir. And I do want to do Arknights Memoir, but I want to put a little extra effort into that one, because that is such a good story and such a deep and dark story. And the stuff with W and Inez and Hodor kind of early on with that, I just want to do as much justice to that as I can. So I don't think that's the next thing I'm going to do, but I will be working on that as a special, either a video or multi-part series in the future. But I definitely want to revisit all the older events and things that I can, the Seaborn stuff, but whatever we can do, whenever we can do it, and the more we can learn about that will help to add to this AU and expand in a way, using lore and some pre-established knowledge to effectively create a non-canon world. You know, be a lot of fun. Gonna be a lot of fun. 2:12 to go, one final round. Now, breaking from the targeted love characters to do little sketches of this potential AU, no idea how their outfits would be. Probably would be cool to incorporate ideas from like the Abyssal Hunters plus zombie AU stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Another thing with Lappy in this, the Signore de Lupi. Well, they could technically be involved in a way, because maybe there's something with the Beast Lords, the Signori and Dolly and Emperor and all the major Beast Lords and stuff, having some sort of knowledge or something that they would be able to be involved and help. Those kind of people being maybe immune would be interesting. Doesn't Arknights have Burn, Frost, and Necrosis and Fear skills? Yeah, Necrosis, what's it called? Necrosis, there's a couple operators that do Necrosis damage. Burn, Frost, I forget off the top of my head, but I know, like, there is specifically the Necrosis module for Logos is one of the best. That's insane. There's a couple other operators and some newer ones that do some really good damage like that. Fear, I don't know exactly if that's too much of a thing or how it works, but I know that it kind of, fear seems to be something that gets lumped in a little bit with like the stun and, you know, things like that. Usman stepping back, 14 seconds to go. Looks like Kamaru Usman dominated his return fight here against a really, really highly skilled young buck who was on a surge. Joaquin Buckley was really heading up to the top, but man, I don't think he could get past the old guard. I think Kamaru did this at least 4 rounds to 1, maybe. Because Lappy is the alpha? Oh, yeah. I'm curious as to what that effect would have with Lappy's infection. How they would be affected. But at the same time, the whole alpha, at the period of time that this might take place, if we were to do this, might not necessarily be her being the whole alpha of everybody, because depending on the timeline, of course, Path of Life takes place prior to obviously the Lapland Altar event. And with that, yeah, with Lapland Altar, that takes place a good bit after, I'm pretty sure, of where that stuff would be. So, I mean, depending on how the timeline lines up, it may just still be her and what's his face, Zara. But we'll see. That's interesting to think of what that could be. And again, you know, we're not completely going with canon stuff, but still. Okay, so we got that. I think I need to widen this a little bit. Gotta widen shoe. Okay. Yep, unanimous decision. Kamaru Usman. Back in the win column. Haha, called that. He's emotional. What a hell of a fight, buddy. Hold on. I'm going to mute desktop audio because I want to hear this. I want to hear what he's saying. I want to see this interview. Good fight. Yeah, that's a cool handle. Touch and go. I like that. What a drive. What a drive. I can still do what I do. Way to go, Marty. Let's go. All right. Viviana and Surtur burn damage. Lapland uses fear. It essentially causes enemies to go backwards. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Genosis Frost. Too far ahead. Well, I mean, just kind of, again, the idea of where things are going to be and take place is still kind of being figured out. We're still figuring all this out, but we will. With time. Where timeline-wise this would take place. So, you know, again, with some of it, pre-established canon will help to build the AU, but not... It's going to be non-canon, of course, you know. So there we could involve things that don't exactly make sense 100% in ways, but it's just as long as it feels like it fits right. But Bogeyman of the welterweight division is back. Nice. All right. All right. We can redo our desktop audio. All right, I got about 18 minutes left here. Let's continue to add some details onto Shu. Ooh, excuse me. Which one's this one? This one has more detail. So let's bring that over. Sketch. Ooh, excuse me. I hate feet. I hate working with feet. Feet is such a pain. Drawing shoes is such a pain. there's boots. One side boot. Okay. What do we got here? Still got time. Let's roll. I've got that. Up them. Ah, there's those. Let's add the details on the pants. Trim. Okay. I'll add the belt and stuff on later. I don't know if that's just one of the things that I just like doing a lot of for whatever stupid reason. I just love designing outfits and clothing. Maybe I went the wrong career path. Maybe I should have been a clothing designer. As dumb as that sounds, I just like drawing outfits for characters, you know? Of course, you know, character design in general, obviously, but like, I don't know. It's just a random thought off the top of my head. Not that I would ever do anything enjoyable in the fashion world. I would hate myself. I would not want to end up like Velvet from Hazbin Hotel, designing clothes. But no, like I was just making the joke there. Just because I enjoy doing the outfits and stuff. I have a lot of fun with this. Okay, the belt. Okay. So we have the hash marks, and we'll add the squares over on either side. Actually, what I need to do, I really need to change my DPI and start making a bigger canvas that I can work with so it's less pixelated, but future reference stuff to work with. Bring that in. better. I feel like I'm vibing right now. Okay, wait. How was the hash mark done on the belt? I had that drawn out really nicely. Okay. 1, 2. Second one goes down. Okay. So let's move that up so I can see it more now. Boop. Okay. That's better. There we go. Okay. Oops, did not mean to make that dark. Pressure. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so there's those. Okay, charm now. Okay, that hangs off of there. Okay. Excuse me. Sent a sketch of them. Just headshots, but still, just wanted to jot it down before stream would end. Okay. Excuse me, we'll wrap up with that in a minute here because it is 1:55 on my stream time, 1:45 on clock time. So, let's see if I can move that over. Move this one over. Oh, save. Okay, we got the boots, we got the pants, we added the tank top, and we got the belt. So I could add the charm, start working on the arms next time, and then the other details. That'd be cool. Okay, I think we will finish up here for now. So, that's saved. I'll close that out now. All right, let me pull up Discord here. What the hell kind of free brushes is Clip Studio Paint giving away? There's a 3D modeling one for making your characters kiss, and then that looks like some, how do you say it, ahegao or whatever? All I see is on the picture, and that looks weird. Anyways. Okay. Where is my pointer? I have trouble finding it. Why is this doing it again? No, there it is. There's our Discord. I like. Awesome. Pretty cool. Agreed. Another thing, the headshot of Shu looks nice. Thank you. I was really happy with that. I was really happy with how the headshot came out with Shu. That one I was very proud of. Very happy with. Okay, where was I? Here. Really hate the red on the sleeves. Added the trim back to Maria's cape because it was nicer. I don't know what I'm gonna add to the sleeves. I don't know. I want to draw the zombie apocalypse AU with Katrina and Maria. It was in mind for a bit now and sketched it, and AI roleplayed the scenarios once. That RP developed it further. Nice! Yeah. Also sent one last work in progress of Murray too. Okay. Don't know what I'm doing with the sleeves. Basically, the scar on Lap's face turned the infection. Okay, I can see that. That looks pretty cool. Adds a little bit of a dimension to it. Okay. I like that you added that back. I wonder what it would look like if, let's say you kept the red stripe on the sleeve, but removed this one. Put the red one in its place. I don't know about the symbol, maybe remove the symbol, but just the red stripe right there. Wonder what that would look like. Because you still keep like the gold on the trim, or, you know, alternate. Keep the gold up here and put the red down here. And maybe do it a couple different ways and see what looks better. I don't know. Don't ask what the fuck's going on with the sleeves, because I don't know what to add that doesn't look stupid. I don't know. I mean, like I said, you could try it with some simple stuff like that. Just some simple changes to see what it looks like. I can't really picture it in my head, but I'm just thinking of like, what would that do for a change here? But again, ultimately up to you, but all right. I do need to get done here because I did hit my hard deadline. So let me find where my cursor is. Let's switch over. Full screen. Okay. Let me stop music. Okay. Excuse me. I keep like licking my teeth because I feel like they're gritty, even though I just brushed them a little while before starting. That feels strange. Odd. Alrighty, so we hit 2 hours on the stream. Like I said, we kind of hit what was my hard deadline for myself, and I tend to drag things out a little bit too much. But added that. You can look now. Let me take a peek real quick. I kind of like that. I kind of like that, just that solo red stripe on the sleeve. Now this, I don't know how it would look. This would be something that obviously you can't see with the way her arm is. You can't see like the top of the sleeve, but from that stripe, like a single pinstripe going up on either sleeve might look cool. You know, it's also in red, but I don't know. Again, you wouldn't really see that in this particular drawing. With the angle of where her arm's being held, but I do like that single red right there above the ruffle kind of thing going on there. That's pretty cool. I like that. All right, chat. So let me peek here real quick at our survey. Okay. Let me pull it up on both SurveyMonkey and YouTube. Where's my stuff here? Go to YouTube. YouBoob. Okay, so we still have the same amount of responses on SurveyMonkey. That has not changed. So we're still currently tied. And as far as see my post, we're still at the same. We have a total of 4 votes on the what's it called, the YouTube. So YouTube hasn't changed. And again, I added those votes already into the SurveyMonkey survey, so that's like our accurate total over there, plus this here. So we are still tied right now, 3-3 in terms of the votes for whether we do Johnny G's Operators or Johnny G's Squeeb Squad. However, Musi has given us the wonderful idea that if it remains a tie, we could do Squeeb Operators. Combine them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's always a possibility. But again, technically tonight, but tomorrow, when midnight strikes and it changes over to June 16th, we will have our final results. So that could be a fun little thing. Combine those two things and whatnot. But we'll see. We'll see if we do end up with a tie. As things are, that's kind of where we're at now. But so that was that. Now, obviously, you guys know the big announcement now. So that was done as well. Having fun with this AU, and I like that we fleshed some things out a little bit in chat tonight. So talking about that a lot. We'll have to start kind of really documenting it and continuing to add to it. Now again, tomorrow or today, whatever, if I do get to stream, it's probably going to be a game of some sort, but I am planning on spending some time doing some more recording and things as well. I'm probably going over to my parents' house in the evening for a bit, and that's what I said. I don't know how long I'm going to be there. And of course, I work on Monday, so it's going to be rough to say for sure if I will be able to stream or not. But it is my intention to. Even if I only get to stream for a little bit. Maybe, possibly. Like I said, Tears of the Kingdom is going to be one of the next in terms of games that we stream. But also, because I need to finish that. I already started it. You guys would have to look back on the channel to see how many parts I've done and where we left off. I'll just pick up from my save and start playing from there. But we have the Ace Attorney trilogy as well that we'll play on stream. And I'm looking at continuing Resident Evil. But there is also the chance, though, since I haven't done the Thorns Altar event on here yet, that I could do that as well. I could stream the story. I did do polls already to start a recording, so I may hold off on that. I don't know. I may just record it and be done with it. Because, again, I started a recording for it, and I did polls, so maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll record the first parts of the Thorns Altar event, and then we'll stream the, what's it called? The EX stages and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really have a whole lot to say. We're still at 396 on our subscribers. We're still trying to push forward to get those last 4 to get us to 400. So anybody you guys know, anybody you could share it, any place you could share it, whatever you could do. If you want to see that lesson cover, we got to get it out there. We got to somehow increase the community. But I do have a feeling that the Discord is going to help as well. As I continue to build that, that'll help us to grow a little bit more and bring some new people in and things as well that we'll be able to chat and have fun and stuff in Discord and add some channels and stuff in there that everybody can get involved in and have fun, you know? But we'll keep figuring things out for the future. Let me catch up with chat here. have that jotted as a note. I will say I don't know what to think about the sleeves right now, but I like the red stripe in place of the gold. Now I just don't know what to think of Maria's suit additions altogether. I mean, it's completely up to you. Again, I mean, we could give our input and advice for you. By all means, we're happy to help, but, you know, this is your story, so. Thorn's event is destroying me. Oh, man. Just, The cannons hurt a lot. When I played it on my original account, I didn't have a lot of trouble with it. I didn't have a lot of trouble with the Thorns. And actually, so far, I haven't had trouble with the EX stages, too. I've only done a couple of them. I haven't finished all of them. But with my current team, it was fairly easy to push through that. Fairly easy to even beat the boss. Texas did a lot for me with the boss fight. And Texas Amartosa in particular, she did a lot with the boss fight, but she also did a lot with the guys rolling the bridges out to try and bridge the ships together. It was easy to drop her in and take care of people, but I pretty much had things set up fairly easy to destroy those. So I think the new games might help, especially to branch out communities. Oh, absolutely. The more that kind of we expand with different games and things like that as well, between indie games and, you know, big games, big names and things like that, the more we play and branch out here on the channel, the more fun and new things that we get into. And I would like to eventually, too, get to the point where, again, I think I made a post about this. I've seen people that do these, like, oops, hold on. Hold on, I just got a text. I got to reply to that real quick, and then I'll continue that thought. Okay. Anyways, yeah, where was I? I tweeted this out, I think, and I maybe posted it on Blue Sky too. But when it comes down to it, I'd like to also put stuff out for, like, you know, suggestions. I'm always asking you guys for suggestions. I'm open to play other things. I still want to do my project of doing, what's it called? Other gacha games and things like that too. Whether they're on stream or whether they're pre-recorded, like I tried this game and stuff like that. But, you know, it's also kind of hard for the fact that, again, Arknights is my main. We still do our Fortnite stuff. And Limbus Company has become such a new love for me, but I just haven't sat down and played it like I need to because I'm a moron and I'm not balancing my time. But I need to sit down and do more of that for the channel as well, because that's doing well. So I want to continue to open things up for suggestions, but I also, what I was going to say about what I posted is I also want to bring in other things to the community as well and do things like I see other people talking about with their Discords, doing like movie nights or, you know, show nights or something in like a specific channel and different kind of stuff on there that we could all schedule like a time and hang out, and I'll stream something that we can watch, you know, whatever, together. Stuff like that would be really, really cool. But, you know, is what it is. Different things like that may help to add to the community, but I want to branch out and do other games. I still have plans to do other titles and things that I'm super excited about. But we'll see how things go. But I don't know. Will you send out an invite in chat when the Discord channel is created? Yes, I will. I will put it out in chat. I'll probably set up a timer in like through Streamlabs so that the bot will put it out there every so often, and we'll have the Discord link out there that everybody can join. Anybody that new that comes into chat will see it that way. But also, of course, we'll have it linked in socials and things too. So that'll be easy for everybody to find that. As soon as it's ready. Like I said, I started really putting the effort into building it today. And of course, we still have this poll for the naming process, but EX stages 5 and 7 hurt. Also don't have Lappy Alter. She helped, but I didn't necessarily need her. I'll be honest. I didn't necessarily need her for any of those stages. There were other operators that did a lot more that were really, really fine in terms of, you know, things for me. And I mean, right now too, I'm very heavy on using Narantuya. I really abuse her, but there are other operators and stuff, even in this event, that did more for me than her. I still kind of stuck to my OG Texas and Lapland combo. Texas Alter, Shu. I was using Mulesies this time around too, and copying Logos with her. Again, this was all on my OG account as well, so, but yeah, I mean, a lot of groundwork and a lot of drop and pull in this event for me in terms of how I played it, but Tex and Lappy really helped with the boss. Absolutely. Like I said, when it came to Texas Alter, I used her a lot for the boss, but I think I pretty much kept everybody healed, and then that was that. So healed with Shu, and hell, I didn't even use Calcit and Monster a lot like I normally do. But meh. Lapland Alter and Golden Glow helped a lot. I did see a few people using Golden Glow, which was pretty cool. People that didn't have Lappy, but I mean, I know they're kind of interchangeable, even though Lappy's supposed to be better now, but been using Golden Glow and Tex Alter. See that? Yeah, see? So that would work out. Excuse me. Add something that's nice somewhat. Expanded the red part of the trim to fully line the suit. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, excuse me. Excuse me. Wow. Ew, wow, it is cutting off. Oh, I see how, never mind. I see how Streamlabs is doing it in 2 parts. Even in my farming level. Always down to watch Limbus stuff. I also finished Ruina the other night. I did see that. I saw your post about that, so congratulations on that. I am excited to start playing that too, because of the fact that, well, obviously I'll be playing Walter here soon. I'm still waiting on my cue, so to speak. They're going to ping me when it's my turn to record the lines for Walter, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, I can't wait to try that and play it. But cute, because right after Texas's skill ends, Lappy starts her skill and it annihilates the enemies, almost like Lapland went full protective mode. Got to branch out in terms of multiplayer games? I do, and that's the thing. I have some other multiplayer games. Now, of course, you know, in terms of what I've played so far on the channel, it's been Fortnite and a little bit of Warzone, which is fine. I like doing those, but I also have stuff like I have Lethal Company. I have Repo. I'd love to play those. I know those are kind of a little bit in the spotlight right now, more so, you know, more so Repo right now. But I have those games, which would be nice to play. My wife does too. But I would like to go back and continue with Pal World. But we started recently playing Wild Assault 2, which is the furry shooter, and that is surprisingly really good. She can't wait for it to get controller support because she's better with controller than keyboard and mouse. But I'm enjoying it with keyboard and mouse because it's, I don't know, it just feels really, well done, surprisingly. I was kind of expecting it to be more clunky than what it is. But they're doing weekly updates and things on it too, so Wild Assault is a ton of fun. But there's other like types of multiplayer games and stuff that I'd like to play, and I'd like to try that other one that's kind of similar to like the Lethal Company and Repo and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it's got like they're like spacesuit type characters, and I see a lot of like VTubers and stuff playing it. I've been seeing a lot of like shorts and things of people where they're like shooting each other and stuff in it. It looks fun. It's kind of cartoony, cutesy looking, but kind of looks like an Among Us type thing a little more than Lethal Company and things, but I don't know. Sent one last work in progress to you, but hey, breaking the universe. Oh, I'm absolutely breaking the universe. Yeah. The story is very good. Oh, I'm between what you've told me and the little bits that I've seen, I'm very excited and hopeful for Ruina. I know it takes a while to beat that one and to beat the other game, Lobotomy Corp, but still, it's going to be worth it in the end. Hope I can get in as a background character, but we'll see. Oh, I'd love it if you would. It would be so cool to say that we're both credited in the same thing. I would absolutely love that. Content warning? That might be it. That might be it. I've seen the clips, but I've never seen the actual game itself. I wonder if that is it, because I think I have it too. Because I think I grabbed it when they were giving it away or something, maybe. Let me check my library on Steam. Is that what it is? I think I have that. No, content warning. Okay, I've seen this one. I've seen what this looks like, but this isn't it. This one, I do have this. So I did get that when it was free. I have so many random games, like I have freaking like hentai puzzle games that aren't even hentai. They're just like skimpy clothed girls, and they're not stuff that I've bought. I am so stupid into collecting every time I see like a free giveaway, and I follow these people on Twitter that are like, hey, this game's being given away on Steam, or this game's being given away on this site, claim the code and redeem on Steam. And I've got so many of these weird games that like I'm never gonna play, but like here, adult puzzles, hentai Halloween, and they're not hentai pictures. They're poorly drawn, poorly generated. But like, I'm never going to play it, but I got it because it was free. Like, why did I collect that? I'm impulsive. I do stupid things. But yeah, content warning, that's a different game, but I do have it, so that would be fun. I have no idea what you said there, Gothic. That's a ton of gibberish. I like content warning more than Lethal Company so far. And there's even more gibberish. Let me look. I know I'm way past my deadline here, but I want to find out what this game is, because I saved a couple of videos, TikToks of it. Somebody reposted my video. That's cool. Holy shit, I'm almost at 200 views on that. Okay, hold on. Let's go in here. I know I had seen, it was either TikTok or Facebook Reels, and I seen these VTubers playing it, and they were like shooting each other, and they were in spacesuits and stuff. Very cutesy, like design. Well, not cutesy, but colorful, I guess would be a better word for it. Oh, the crocheted positive penis. That's a fun one. I love the fact that I'm in so many diverse communities on TikTok. I'm in crafting and crochet community, cosplay community. I am friends with a Japanese singer. I am in the furry community. I am in the Has-Been and Hell of a Boss communities, VTubing communities, Fortnite stuff. I am in so many different communities on TikTok. It's unreal. It's so weird. Where is that? I wish I knew the particular creator that was making those videos. I'm scrolling back through my likes and I have so many things. You know what? Screw that. I'm just gonna Google it real quick. Games like Lethal Company. Games like I said, I think it leans a little more towards like the Among Us type of things as opposed to Lethal Company and Repo and stuff like that. But you know, it could be more of that. Just from what I had seen. So what? Lethal Company, it's grab, scrap, and run like hell. Gotta go eat a meal. All right, well, we'll see you later, Musi. Have fun. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm gonna wrap up in a moment anyways, so enjoy your meal. Have fun and take care. Let's see here. Games like Among Us, maybe? Wait. I might have just found it. This game is not Among Us. This is a YouTube video. What is this game? Lockdown Protocol. That is it. Lockdown Protocol. Okay. So tasks. Yeah, you got different tasks and stuff to do. So it's a little more like Among Us anyways, but okay. So I was a little bit wrong about that. But still, I have other multiplayer games and stuff that I'd love to play. If I could, I'd love for somebody to play like some of the co-op like Dead Rising with me. Would be freaking amazing. But you know. Resident Evil 6 co-op, anybody? Or 5? Well, 5 is a little more special with my wife, so because that's our game. That's our first one we ever beat together. But all right, chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. So we'll finish up for now, and then again, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. But guys, I appreciate you all for watching, for hanging out here, for making chat fun, and for hanging around for my announcement and for other things. We're hoping to continue to grow this community and add to you guys so we have more vibrant chats and continue just having fun overall. And maybe we'll get into that kind of stuff in the future too, where we can do a little bit more of like some viewer games and stuff like that. We can play stuff together. Would be a ton of fun, just because it's something that I'm still a little bit scared to do, but I'm also excited to do. So I'd like to come out of my shell a little bit more. So we'll work on that. But we'll find out hopefully tomorrow what our Discord name is going to be, and we'll get that community name in once we have that done, once the poll and stuff is over. But other than that, hopefully I see you again tomorrow. If not, I will see you as soon as we can. So take care, guys. Appreciate you all. See you later.